Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to solve equations in fractional form. Okay, so the first thing that I love to do is to always draw a line down my equal sign so I can separate the left from the right. Now, anytime you have an equation, whatever you do to the left side, you must do to the right side. That way it stays balanced. So I can never ever, and you should always say this to yourself, I can never ever solve an equation that has a fraction, or let's say a denominator, and I can never ever solve an equation that has parentheses. So I either got to get rid of the denominator or the parentheses, okay? So let's go on and show you how to do this. All right, I need a b plus 4. I need a b plus 4 in order to get rid of this. And I need a b plus 4 and a b plus 4 only because whatever I do on one side, I must do to every single piece of the equation. So I'm going to do that. This b plus 4 will get rid of this b plus 4 down here. Now I go on to the next person. In this, my denominator is b. So I'm going to need a b to get rid of this, but I must again put it on top of everybody. Once I get to this part right here, I need a b plus 4, but I already have it. And so since I have it, I don't have to put another one there. Now, some people might ask, and you should ask, how is this going to get rid of it? Well, in mathematics, when you multiply a fraction times a fraction, you are multiplying the top times top and the bottom times the bottom. So I'm going to show this just once, and I won't show it again after this in the next example. So basically what we're doing is we're multiplying all of this on top, okay? Because top times top and bottom times bottom. Then we're going to have b plus 4 on the bottom. That's the first piece. Minus a 1 times all that stuff. Okay, that was a good help. And then equal to 2 times b plus 4 over b plus 4. Okay, so now this b plus 4 crosses off with this b plus 4, this b crosses off with this b, and this b plus 4 crosses off with this b plus 4. So I no longer have any denominators. Another way of doing that really fast, okay, is just going like this. B plus 4 crosses off with b plus 4, and you're left with b times b, which is b squared. You don't cross those two guys off because they're both in the numerator. In this case, b cancels out with this b, and you're left with b times b plus 4. Make sure everything's in parentheses. Equals a b plus 4. b plus 4 cancels out, and you're left with a 2b. If you take a look at this and this, we basically have the same thing. B times b is b squared. Negative 1 times b plus 4 is this part, and then 2b is left on top. Notice how we no longer have any denominators. So let's figure this out. B squared minus b minus 4, right? Because you have to distribute, equals 2b. We all know that in order to solve a quadratic equation, you're going to have a 0 on one side before you factor. So I'm going to minus 2b on both sides. I get a 0 here. This is going to give me minus 1 and minus 2 makes a minus 3. I'm going to factor, and I'm going to put b and a b because that's what gives me the front. A plus and a minus gives you the negative at the end, and then a 4 would be a 4 and a 1. So these are your two factors, and my apologies, I'm going to have to go back up here. And I'm going to set each factor to equal to 0 so I can find the solution to this. And so my solution is negative 1 and 4. And you're basically done. But there's one really important thing that you have to do when you are solving equations that have denominators. You have to make sure that the denominator would never equal to 0 if you plug these two numbers in. So when you plug in a 4 into this, you get an 8, so that's fine. You get a 4, that's fine. And you get an 8, that's fine. When you plug in a negative 1 into this, again, you get a 3, so that's fine. A negative 1, that's fine. And you get a 3, so that's fine. Therefore, you don't have to reject either answer, and your solution is both of these answers. So stay with me for one more example, okay? In this case, I have a equation that has denominators. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put x minus 3, because that would get rid of the first and the last. I'm going to put an x, because that would get rid of the middle. And then I put this up there, I put this up there, and then when I came here, I wanted to put it up there, but it was already there, so I don't have to repeat myself. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to remember what our objective is. Our goal is to get rid of the denominator. So x minus 3 and x minus 3 are done. You are left with an x squared on top. X and x are done. So you're left with the minus 4 times the x minus 3 on top. X minus 3, x minus 3, you're left with the 3 and an x on top. Our goal was to get rid of the denominator, and this is how we got rid of the denominator. Now what? Well, from the previous example, you know that we're going to, remember I said earlier in the video, you cannot solve an equation that has fractions or parentheses, so get rid of the parentheses by distributing. And now I'm going to minus 3x, and then I'm going to have this, what gives me the front, what gives me a positive, and what gives me a 12, that gives me a 7 when I add them. You take each piece, you set it equal to 0, you add 3, your solution is 3, you add 4, your solution is 4, and now you have to check both answers. If you put a 4 into this, you get a 1. That's fine. I just cannot get a 0. If you put a 4 into this, I get 4. That's fine. If you put a 4 into this, you get 1. That's fine. Now, everyone, it's not going to be fine for the next person. If I put a 3 here, what's 3 minus 3? 0. So you must reject this solution. Reject it. If you're taking a New York State exam, 3 is what we call an extraneous root, okay? In other words, we got it from solving, but it doesn't work, okay? So you must reject it. Your only answer is x equals 4. Please be sure to check your answers. You can stay with me for some more. If you feel like you got the hang of it, great. If you don't, stick around. What should we do here? I need a 2. I put that on top of everyone. I need an x. Put that on top of everyone. And the 2 I already have. Well, let's do this. 2x, 2x, you're left with a 3. X, x, you're left with a 2 times 1. 2, 2, you're left with the 1 times x, which is 1x. Therefore, 5 equals x. If you put a 5 in here, you get a 10. That works. If you put a 5 in here, you get a 5. That works. You can't put anything here, so it's a 2. 5 works. Now, that's it for that problem. I want to just express something to you guys. Here, I know many teachers teach you how to cross multiply, but I don't recommend it. I think you should stick to the script and say, if I have a fraction, I need to put the denominators on top of everyone, okay? So I'm going to put an x plus 4 here and an x plus 4 here. I'm going to put a 2 here, and I'm going to put a 2 here. And you're just going to see what cancels. That cancels with this. You're left with 2 times 5x, which is 10x. That cancels with this. You're left with 5 parentheses x plus 4. You're going to now distribute, and now you're going to minus 5x, because I'm running out of room. Let me erase the top. You're going to minus 5x, and 10x minus 5x is 5x. And that's equal to 20, and you're going to just divide by 5, and x equals 4. Now, 4 plus 4 makes 8, so that works. Okay? And then you could, as long as your denominator doesn't equal to 0, then you are fine. If you want to do more problems, stick around. It's right here. This one is very, very easy. Here's my only concern. You should never, ever look at a denominator that has a x squared or a y squared or anything in a quadratic form. You should replace that. Do we know how to factor y squared minus 4? Isn't y squared minus 4 y minus 2 y plus 2? Once you factor it, this guy is gone because what you're saying is that this is equivalent to this. So basically, you can rewrite the problem, you can rewrite the problem like this, okay? Okay, and now all you gotta do is put each piece on top of everyone. So we're gonna put a y plus 2 on top of everyone. You're gonna put a y minus 2 on top of everyone. Okay, and that's it. You're basically done because you already have a y plus 2 and you already have a y minus 2. So let's start canceling stuff out. Ready? Y plus 2, you're left with 4 times y minus 2. Look, y minus 2, y minus 2, y plus 2, y plus 2, you're left with only a plus 1. Y minus 2, that's equal to 1 times y plus 2, which is just y plus 2. Now, you can't solve with parentheses, so I got 4y minus 7 equals y plus 2, and then you guys can just solve 3y equals 9, and then y equals 3, and 3 works because the only number that doesn't work is a negative 2 or a positive 2. So that's how we do this. Leave a comment if you have any questions. Hit the like button and do all that great stuff. I hope you understand this. I'm going to do one more video, so if you need more help, you can watch the second video.